Alright, so I got another video coming soon. I went fishing with a friend last night. We were out camping, went fishing for most of the night, and he caught a 31-inch catfish. And we cooked it up and we ate it, and it was pretty good. So I'm going to have a video on that, showing pictures of the catfish and how big it is, and showing us cooking it up and stuff. But before that, I gotta do some editing. I gotta bust out my computer for that. So what I wanted to talk about right now is about drug laws. Not drugs themselves, but drug laws. Now, if you are against, like, unnecessary laws, or against over-bloating government, or against taxation, then you have to be against drug laws, alright? Because drug laws use taxes the whole way through. Tax dollars go to hunting down people who do drugs, hunting down people who sell them, hunting down people who have a gram of pot on them. Like, who the fuck cares if you got some weed? I don't even care if you got, like, a gram of coke, dude. Like, shit. I don't give a fuck. Like, that's you. That's what you want to do. Go ahead. That's your life. You're not hurting anyone. You know, if you're not hurting anyone, who the fuck cares what you're doing? I got my puppy walking around. That's why there's, like, rustling leaves and shit. But then we use tax dollars to hunt. We use tax dollars to hunt people down. We use tax dollars to hold people, and we use tax dollars to basically just hold people indefinitely. There are people who've been in prison since the 80s because they had a gram of pot on them. You know? And that's not cool. That's not okay. Imagine how many millions of dollars in tax revenue has been wasted just holding people for using substances. You know, that's stupid. And of course, government always abuses its power when it has more power to do so. And it's easier to abuse power when you have more power to abuse, you know? If you're in favor of peace over violence, you can't be in favor of drug laws, because drug laws have led to nonviolent people who are perfectly peaceful, getting locked up, getting killed because of drugs, because they wanted to experiment with their consciousness, because they wanted to, you know, have a fun time at a party or some shit, or because they were bored and just wanted to have fun on their off time, you know? And that's fucked up. If you are in favor of drug laws, you are in favor of no-knock raids, which get innocent people killed. It kills little children. There have been little children who have been, like, flashbanged, like, right to the face, permanently disfigured, sometimes shot, just because their parents, or someone claimed that their parents had a little bit of pot on them. If you are for safety, you cannot be in favor of drug laws, because outlawing the drugs is what has made them more dangerous. Fentanyl wouldn't be a thing if heroin was not made illegal in the first place. And if you want to, like, regulate who can and cannot get a hold of this shit, you need to legalize it, because as it is illegal, anyone can get a hold of it. And the only screening that there is does the dealer want to make money? If you legalize it, you can say, okay, well, if you have a personality disorder, we screen for that, and we can't let you take this substance. We can't let you purchase this substance. Or if you're underage, we can't let you purchase this substance. But in modern day America, we don't have, we can't make restrictions like that, because everyone who sells doesn't really screen, you know? And if you're in favor of making more tax money and like having free education and all that shit, you gotta legalize. Because just imagine how many billions of dollars in tax revenue that would make. Look at Colorado. They legalized marijuana, and in like 2 years, they had like 30 billion, I believe it was, in tax revenue. And they were not in debt. The crime went down, teenage use went down, other substances, other usage of other substances went down, usage of overdoses went down a lot. And there are some deaths that are related to marijuana, but that's like if you have it in your system and you die and they find it in your system, then they relate it to that, even if that's not the cause of your death. And it's not the cause of your death. Not there, not with weed, anyway. The drug war is a waste. It's wasteful. It's harmful. It's stupid. Alan Watts himself, back in the 60s, said that outlawing a substance, prohibiting a substance, any substance, is declaring war on your family, your friends, your neighbors. And he's right. Now, I would talk about some experiences of mine out here in Maryland, or even out in California. But out here in Maryland, I know for a fact there's some crazy shit going on. If you want to stop people from dealing drugs, you're going to have to arrest half of fucking Maryland, you know? Everyone out here is either a user or a dealer. There's like a very, very, very small percentage of people who are neither using nor dealing drugs. You can't just declare war on the entire nation like this. You know, you are going to lose if you declare war on the majority. And the majority don't really give a fuck what their neighbors do, as long as they're not causing damage or hurting anyone. I don't give a fuck what my neighbors do. I don't, like, stare at them like, are you using drugs over there? Do you have guns in the house? I don't give a fuck. It's stupid. Just mind your own business. That used to be our nation's motto. Mind your own business. And now it's not. It's not the motto anymore. Now the motto is, like, get in everyone else's business, or some shit like that. Like, Satan rules over all, so we gotta spy on you all the time. Some shit like that. It's stupid. We gotta reduce the amount of authoritarian government in our lives. Government, I do believe that government should exist, right? It's very good at some things. I do believe that, some regulations are actually a good thing. There are people who would say, well, wouldn't those regulations be better privately enforced? And I'm not going to get into that. I have my reasons for believing that a third party, because private prisons are a terrible, terrible thing. They're bad. They're worse than regular prisons. And there's all sorts of problems that have been pointed out with private police forces. So I'm against that, but I'm also against just making all these unnecessary laws and giving government so much power. But if you are in favor of the police, if you love the police, if you're one of those blue stripers, if you're one of those people who has the thin blue line flag on your car, even if you're not a cop, you support the cops. I mean, you're fucking stupid for using the thin blue line meme to support police, because that's literally about police protecting each other from prosecution for their own crimes. But if you are in support of the police, why would you be in favor of drug laws? Because it just makes police work more dangerous. It makes police work harder. And right now, the way that Maryland is, they're like 5 dealers going down every street. Like driving down every street. Like half the houses are fucking trap houses. What are you gonna do about that? You gonna just literally just march the army in and arrest everyone? Are you that fucking retarded? It's stupid. The drug board needs to end. Peace.